I'm just worried, Terry. You know, I haven't done this for a long time. I don't know if I can remember how even to do it. You're Richard. You know, you're the traditional. I'm a what? You're the traditional. I don't know. It's all in those relaxed things I've seen on TV. On TV? Well, not TV. But whatever this is, I've never seen anyone as relaxed as you. And I used to work with David Copperfields. Yeah, the fictional character or the magician or the bloke from Three of a Kind. The magician one, not the bloke from Three of a Kind. He used to be in his dressing room throwing magic trick, grunting and groaning. Was he? Well, I haven't been doing that. David Copperfield. He had young assistants in there. They were grunting and groaning. I don't think that's the appropriate thing to talk about. Was that the magician, the comedian, or the fictional character? That was the fictional character. You're talking about David Copperfield from Charles Dickens' David Copperfield? Yeah. He had young girls in with him and he was grunting and groaning? Yeah. Even though he's fictional? Yeah, that's what. You worked with it in the 80s. You work with David Copperfield, not the comedian or the magician. You work the fictional character, David Copperfield. The one from the Adventures of David Copperfield and all the stuff he got up to. Is that what it's called? I believe that's the official title by Dickens. You know, Copperfield had his Dickens, so didn't he? David Copperfield, from the fictional David Copperfield. Yeah. Yeah. He had his dick in. Yeah. Who did he have his dick in? Don't know. I can't remember enough of that. The duck to the else to say. Ready? Good. Can you count us in? Are we going to get going with this week's episode? I just haven't, you know, it was on a whim. Katie's out. I'm, you know, I've been eating a lot of chocolate to try and get into the mood. Oh, Richard, I tried to lay off that stuff. You got to lay off that stuff. I know. I just need it to perform. Oh, man, you got so thin and you thought, why are you throwing it all away? I don't know. Let's get it going. I'll count you in. I'm going to count you in. Are you doing a poo or something here, Terry? No. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to count you in. 10, 9, 8. And then I won't say the last couple. Oh, God. 7. What's going on? 5. 4, 3, 2. Hold on, you're saying 2. Oh, God, I said 2 because I'm doing this shit. No. I think we're on air. Hello, welcome to episode, I think it's 98. I mean, it would be a shame to have given this up before we hit 100, but I think after watching today's, you might feel like we should have given it up earlier. MK1234444. Not watched it for a long time. What happened to your shit on YouTube? It's still on there. Did it get too good? A11 Who forcing my wife to watch TOF on our smart TV instead of Corrie. She's bound to prefer it. That's good, but you must never force. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can force your wife to do anything. She's what's that on my shoulder? What's that on? Some kind of cat fur. Very professional, is it? There's a chance of interruption. I've got my son to sleep. Katie's out, which is why I can do this because you know what the old ball and chain's like. Expecting you to watch Fallout with them. But Ernie's been my son Ernest Christopher Ernest Christopher Fap. That's what we call him. He is. Feeling a bit scared at the moment, so he might wake up, and if he wakes up I'll have to go. Good luck to us all. This is my attempt, of course, it was really a lockdown thing, but I'm kind of still hopeful. Going to move over a bit. Look, that's better. I'm still hopeful that Channel 5 might be watching. See that they probably haven't got the quota of one bald men. That's my new thing. That's my new way in to show business. Only 2/3 of the people who've won Champion of Champions at Taskmaster have got one ball. So, it's a very much a minority. Apparently Dara O'Brien's only got one. and I've only got one. I don't know about Josh Widdicombe. We could take him down to one. That could be part of being a champion of Taskmaster. My youngest daughter's at a Glasgow show the other night. I obviously brought her up properly. It says Bonzo Dog 3000. Yep, good. Yeah, A11 whose wife is impressed Rich mentioned her. And I want to say, if you ever get tired of A11 who, sounds like a bit of a dick to me, there's always a welcome for you here. A11, Mrs. A11 who, taking a bit of a chance there. There's a good chance that anyone who's married any of my fans is probably mentally deficient and maybe unattractive. But, I'll take my chance. Yeah, ask Widdicombe tomorrow. Don't ask him. If someone's seeing Widdicombe tomorrow, don't ask him. Just take off one of his balls for me. Unless he's only got one, in which case don't take that off because he'll need the one. But it should be part of being in the club. If a woman wins who has no testicles, then they have to have one added. They could have one of the taken off ones added, couldn't they? Anyway. Let's crack on. Let's see what the first news story I want to talk about this week is. Oh, the first news story I want to talk about isn't a news story. I'm doing some more things on eBay just because I'm clearing out my attic a little bit. I don't think this is an efficient way to do it. One thing at a time. A11 who's saying, will I swap Katie for his wife? It's a gamble, isn't it? You've seen Katie, so using my poker instinct, I'm saying I'm already winning the contest. That's very offensive to Mrs. A11 who. But, she's clearly married an idiot, so she must be a bit of an idiot herself. Yeah, look, you can get an As It Occurs to Me Cook Pumpkin Instruction towel. I found one of those. I don't think I've even got one of those, apart from that one, which will be going out. That's probably doing the best out of all the things. There's a Fist of Fun Series 1 and Series 2 on the luxury packs together. You can't get Series 2 anywhere anymore. There's a Hitler Moustache DVD with lots of all the extra disc and also program, which is also quite rare. And there is a couple of other things. And there's a Hollister notebook from 2023. It's my Jurassic Park notebook is up for sale. Those usually do pretty well. There aren't that many autographs in this one because I got fed up of asking people for autographs. But Stephen Merchant's autographed it, and it's got a it's got a script from Timky the Monkey as well, stuck in there. So, there's lots to be said for it. It's a piece of history. There's only a few of those books out there, and it's unique. Oh, yeah, I'm much too tired to do this. I can tell you that. So if you go to ebay.co.uk, search for user Herring 1967, that's me. And most of that money is going to go to make more podcasts. I think pretty much all of it. The Hitler Moustache thing, I think that might just go to me. Because that's mine. But the rest of the stuff, I think, belongs to Hollister or other podcasts. And we'll go to podcasts. Ooh, yeah, I feel really tired now, sat down. It's just, this is it's been a while since we could do this. Thursday's got very much taken up. I was away, I was on holiday, then I was on tour, and I was on tour, then I was on holiday, and now I'm on tour again, and the second half of the week is usually taken up. I could do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow as well to make up for this one being shit. Let me out of the box. I don't want to let you out of the box. I want to do it on my own. Do a news story on your own. I'll do a news story on my own then. Here's my news story on my own. This is my favourite news story of the week. There aren't many good news stories this week, but I found this one. This is in the Mail. Noel Edmonds, 75, is spotted wearing odd shoes on a trip to the Isle of Man as eagle-eyed fans go wild for his peculiar fashion choice. As you can see, he's wearing one shoe that's lace-up and one shoe that's slip-on. He's eating ice cream. He's looking young and happy with himself. They're not completely odd. They're both, it says Noel Edmonds was spotted wearing completely odd shoes. They're both roughly brown of hue. What's interesting to me about this story, and what I may talk about for some time, one of the shoes has a lace on it and one of the shoes doesn't have a lace on it, and doesn't look like the kind of laced shoe that you could just slip your foot into. It looks quite tight. So that means Noel Edmonds put on a lace shoe, tied it up, and then put on or put both shoes on. He didn't realise when he tied one shoe that he hadn't tied the other shoe, and that is, that's what gets me. How did he not know? Maybe it is a fashion choice, because you wouldn't just tie one lace and then go, oh, well, I'll leave the other. There's no human being could do that, not even Edmonds. So Edmonds has decided maybe there's something wrong with his foot. It would be ironic if he had foot cancer, because he tried to sell that machine that could cure cancer, which is very offensive to people like me who have suffered from cancer and fought against the battle against cancer and won the battle for Noel Edmonds to turn up with his little machine. So just have a suck on that. I believe that was the basic principle. But anyway, fascinated that Noel Edmonds eats ice cream. Fascinated that he looks, looking good. He's lovely brown hair. Fascinated he's wearing 2 different shoes. What's the story behind it? One of the shoes, the trouser leg, slightly ridden up. It's a boot, really. It's got a boot and a shoe. The shoe might still be a boot. Perhaps he was going walking and one of his walking boots had a hole in it. So he put together 2 different pairs of walking boots. But for that to be true, both pairs would have had to have a hole in one shoe, wouldn't it? You'd choose if you were just going to go mix and match, you go, well, I'll wear the pair that haven't got a hole in it. So they must have had 2 pairs of walking boots and both had a hole in the opposite shoe. And that's, I think, what happened. But that's the main story in the news this week. It's been a slow news week. But all right, you can come up here. Hello, Rathan! Sit on it, it's me. We thought of a good new catchphrase for you. I can't remember. Oh, I remember the other week thinking we've got to start doing that one. What was it? I can't remember. Let me do my one. Sit on it, daughter. I'm cheeky knee. Woohoo! Oh, sorry, I'm thinking at it. Woohoo! I'm cheeky knee aside, I'm not cheeky. Hello, Ratfans, how you doing? Good to be back. I've missed you very much. We did a new Acast Plus talk, didn't we? We had a chat the other day, yes, that goes out to Acast Plus fans. To what? Acast Plus fans, Rat fans. Should we have a look and see if people who've been bidding on the people who watch this, the tightest people I've ever known. They never give me anything in return. They don't come to any of my live shows. Let's see if there's been any movement on any of the eBay items. Here we go. I'll tell you what. Yeah, this is very interesting, Richard. Thank you. Get me on screen. The Rehulisper notebook currently on £165, which isn't bad. One of them went for £1,500. The first one. The tea towel that you could see. This tea towel here. £30. That's on. Can you believe that? It's still set at 6 days, 18 hours to go. The Ofrig 50's gone up to £21. That's gone up £1. The Rare Fist of Fun DVDs still on £50, which is what it would have cost originally to buy. Hit them stash on £25, which isn't bad. Those prices may change. Let's see what we can talk about next. It's the royal family news next. Queen confirms she will no longer buy fur. Well, she won't, will she, Richard? No, because she died a couple of years ago, didn't she? She's dead, so she can't buy fur due to being dead. The Queen is dead. Yeah, I agree with you, Ali. I feel quite strongly about this. I don't know at what point. It was way too early. I think we've talked about this before. It was way too early that this lady here started calling herself the Queen, when we all know there's only one the Queen, and that is the Queen. She may be gone. She is not forgotten. And I think she was the Queen consort, then suddenly it was the Queen. The King consort, then suddenly it was the Queen. Queen Camilla. And I think she thinks she can just slip that through without us noticing. And we've noticed, haven't we, Ali? I definitely noticed. And I don't like it. I was warming to Camilla Parker Bowles. You can talk your dolls on nylon anytime. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I mean, bowls would be testicles, I would have thought, wouldn't it? Or breasts. I know you bowls. I mean, bowls aren't breasts. You don't have bowl like breasts. Also, you can't park those on a lawn. Could you can't park breasts on a lawn? You could. I don't think you could, but you could park your bowls on a lawn. So if you're gonna do innuendos, did somebody say lawn like like a lawn like you think? You missed your chance there, cocky carrot. You came and got the wrong thing. Got the wrong end of the carrot there. Did somebody say carrot? Don't you start doing it. So I don't care if she... Well, I do care. I don't want her to have fur. But, you know, look, she's wearing... There's little fur around her hat. She's saying she's no longer buy fur because people just give it to her as a present, don't they? She doesn't buy anything. She's the fucking queen. Wait, so she isn't the queen. Damn, she's got me saying it. Damn you, Queen Camilla. I mean, Queen Consort Camilla. King Consort Camilla. You'll never be my... She's not my queen, no. Do you think she minds? I don't think... Why has everyone gone along with it? You all hated her when she killed Diana. She didn't kill her, I know, but you know what I mean. And then you've all just let it slide. You make me sick, you hypocrites. It's bad enough we have a royal family without one of them pretending to be a queen and then saying she won't buy fur because she gets free fur. Yeah, you're going to do some thing about fur. I was going to do some stuff about fur on... you mustn't talk about the royal muff. The royal muff? Yeah, it's not made of fur. Probably is, isn't it? I mean, she probably has a muff made of fur. Probably has a whole wardrobe. If she's like anything like the Russian royal family, she'll have a whole wardrobe of muffs that will be made out of fur, but she won't buy any more. But, you know, a muff will last you a lifetime, won't it? One hopes so. Though I've been through a few muffs in my time. Have you, in 130 years? How many muffs have you been through? No, more than you think. More than you. I doubt it. You've been in a box most of the time. So anyway, a muff. She has a muff from now on. It won't be made of fur. It'll be an acrylic muff. Sure. Is this really what you got to? I think this is cleverer than you think it is. No, I don't think it is. I think it's exactly as clever as I think it is. Well, thank you. It was not a compliment. Let's see if the numbers have gone up on the... I mean, people are too busy watching the show. Numbers all still the same. So that's that news. Next, and then in other royal news... Look at that. Oh, King Charlie. He is a king. It's his first official portrait. It's been available. It's painted by Jonathan Yeo. Is that the same guy who makes yogurts? Yeah, he's got the Yeo Valley yogurts he makes with Brian Valley. They down in Somerset, they make the Yeo Valley yogurts, and he's probably used strawberry yogurt there. He's advertising the strawberry yogurt in the background of. He's done it in the face, good, isn't he? Face is really good. The face really looks like King Charles. Why don't I call him King Charles? I always call him Prince Charles. Yeah, I have to respect. And then just a low red at the back. And a butterfly. Love is like a butterfly. Ding, 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 ding. I tell you, blood is like a... Are you trying to say blood? Yeah. The blood is like a butterfly. Soft and gentle as a sigh. The naughty coloured nudes of blood are like your satin wings. La 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 la. Blood makes your heart go pumping along. It does too. It probably has an ironish pong. Probably does. Love is like a butterfly, the career and gentle thing. It's a bloody butterfly, a butterfly, the career and gentle. Love is like a butterfly. Well, it's an odd choice. A lot of people saying it signifies his diabolistic background. I think I think this the bloke who Jonathan Yeo. Yeo. The ting comes and he's got to get home. I think you just had a lot of red paint, didn't you? Yeah, I think you just had a lot of red paint. Yeah, a big tin of red paint. Thought, how the fuck am I going to get rid of this? Then old Charlie Boy turns up, says, draw me a picture. He does that, gets the face in, then uses all the red up. Well, I don't understand art. I don't get it. But, each their own. Jonathan Yeo. You can't just because he makes yogurts. Someone likes yogurts, and I like a Yeo Valley. Isn't it Yeo? Well, the River Yeo runs through Cheddar, of course. So I have, you'll have seen it if you've been to Cheddar, the River Yeo. Yeo, Yeo, full of condoms, and it is full of condoms. I once had to clean the River Yeo at school, and I picked up. There was a condom, and I picked up. I didn't know what it was, and all the other kids jeered at me because I was touching a condom. Told condoms, I mean, if you just put your condoms back in your pocket, don't throw them in a river, you might impregnate a fish. You should eat more chocolate, Richard. I should eat more chocolate. That's what I think. That's what I've come to believe. That's where my comedy, Diet Coke and chocolate, that's where it all resides. Let's see what's next on the old green door. Oh, yeah, this is very controversial. Cheryl Baker from Bucks Fizz is complaining that Ollie Alexander did a very sexy, sexualised Eurovision performance where he touched a man's winky. The room was all spinning around. They looked like they were in a toilet. And it was men touching each other's willies. And, you know, Cheryl Baker, according to the Mirror, I think if you read the article, she wasn't quite as cross as they say she was. She says that it's not right to have a sexualised performance in the Eurovision Song Contest. That is ironic, isn't it, Rich? How do you mean? Because I watch the Eurovision Song Contest every year, yeah. I remember the Duxes thing on it, Duxes, nicking your mind up. They'd take the Spanish Inquisition and put it from the mind. This is an European competition, bringing up the evils of Catholicism. It's not the right time. Is that the words? That was the words. I remember how they pulled off. What? They pulled off, didn't they? The girls pulled the fellas off. I don't think the girls pulled the fellas off. They pulled them off until they came all over the stage. Terry Wogan commented on it. Did somebody say Wogan? They pulled off, didn't they? They got pulled off, the girls. They had creamy stunk all over their faces. What the hell has happened to you? This is meant to be a family show. People will be watching this with their kids. And they pulled off. The girls got pulled off. The girls got pulled off, yeah. And then, oh my God, then Bobby Nolan, that wasn't his name. Bobby G and Mike Nolan. Don't even know that yet, I do. The other, and Cheryl Baker and the other lady, she was the sexy lady. She was the sexier of the two. No offense to Cheryl, but she doesn't like to be sexualized. J Aspinall, J Aston. I was close. Thank you to Fuzzy Dunlop. Got there in the end. Justin G and Les Dennis. No, that wasn't them. Well, I think what you're trying to say, Ali, is that Cheryl Baker had her skirt ripped off in the middle of a song, and she's complaining about the Eurovision Song Contest being sexualised. That was the sexiest thing I've ever seen when I was a kid, apart from Agneta's bottom in Waterloo. Waterloo, that's where I go and do a through. Come on, you're better than this. I'm not. This is who I am. Waterloo. Like all loos, it has water in or it wouldn't work very well. Have you been to France? La 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 Waterloo. I couldn't escape if I wanted to, 'cause someone locked the door and I can't get out. Take out your skirt, Jay Ashton, I want to sunk on your face. Come on, this is not appropriate. This is, we got to the point where this had become quite a clever, self-referential, sort of looking at the past and finding fun things from the past, but subverting them and giving them a futurist. It wasn't just a puppet talking about spunking on a member of Bucks Fizz. I'd like to get my Bucks Fizz fizzing all over them. This is Ollie Alexander's fault, because we weren't. It was all back in my day. That was innocent fun when Agneta was there, and it was always women who were sexualised, and that was the good old days. Now they started sexualising guys and touching their cocks and stuff, and we like it. I don't like it. It makes me feel funny in my tummy when I see that. Do you think that's the problem, Rich? I don't know. Well, I think Cheryl Baker, despite what the Mirror says, was quite complimentary about Ollie Alexander, and I think she was just posited that possibly it was too sexually forward for the voting public. I don't think that's true. Ah. There's a fly landed on my hand. That's weird. We used to have a fly carrot, didn't we? Yeah, I think so. landed on my hand, and then it just landed there, and I nearly hit it with cocky carrot. It's all happening. There's no need to be rude. I don't think the viewing audience like it. 87 viewers, Rich. Yeah, well, people have missed us. Gwendolyn Fly, wasn't it? Brian must have been Gwendolyn Fly. Yeah, that's right. That might have been Gwendolyn Fly coming to sit on my hand, to shit on your hand. Really? Is this what it's going to be? Is this? Look, we used to have wit. You changed the lyrics to song. Was there really any wit? There was. Remember when we did the thing about misunderstanding each other? What we were saying? No, I don't remember. I don't really remember much. And I came up with a great catchphrase for you to do. Nice to see you. To see you. Not nice. That's a mixture of two catchphrases, isn't it? Not. Well, we do that. We use a side for that. This is not. This is the week that whatever. Right, next news story. We're not going to spend a long time on the Tonight Show. Oh God, it's getting weirder. Why? By Piers Morgan. Why? This is Baby Reindeer. I don't know if you've seen Baby Reindeer. Yes, I have seen Baby Reindeer. Should I watch it in the docs? It's about Richard Gadd. Oh, Dickie Gadd. Yeah, Richard Gadd has. He's adapted some of his Edinburgh shows, one of which was about being stalked, and one of which was about sexual assault that he was subject to from a producer. He's made it into, well, it's a very fascinating and amazingly popular Netflix show. But the woman who says the character's nothing like her, but that it's still based on her, the character's called Martha, I think, if I'm thinking correctly, has gone on Piers Morgan to, you can do the joke about how Piers Morgan stalked that lady from Will's and Harry and Meghan Markle. Is that how you get to Meghan Markle? Will's Harry, Meghan Markle? That's how I do it. That's my system. No, I'm not going to do that joke. You were going to do it. I wasn't. It's too obvious. I'm above that kind of stuff. It's it's interesting. Pretty much the 84 people watching this show are all essentially my stalkers. Yeah. What I do is I give them usually an hour a week where they can see me and write things to me, and then hopefully that keeps them satisfied, keeps their madness satisfied for another week. But they're basically any one of these people commenting could turn into something unpleasant, and that's why I'd never mention them or take the piss out of them or do a show about them. I did have a stalker, minor stalker, and she sort of wrote me much too much, and then finally sort of sent quite a threatening, I think partly accidentally threatening thing, but we'd had the police involved a couple of times, and then we got the police back involved for that. And I wouldn't ever, you just done it, I wouldn't ever do anything about it. You just talked about it, but I haven't mentioned who it is. And just for fear of reigniting it, which I think this probably has. So Richard Gadd, who couldn't really have foreseen how successful this show would be. But look at them all out there. I don't know who Darian is, by the way, nor does my manager, who is... Richard Osman says everyone in show business knows who it is, but I don't know who it is. Lou Sanders? I don't think it's Lou Sanders. Was that the idea for the stalker? It could be. Stalking, and it's just, if you're in love with someone and they're not in love with you, as I think I said in one show tonight, love is just two stalkers have synchronized and are stalking each other, and they're both happy about it. It could be Terry. Could be Terry who's Darian. How do you know about Terry? Anyway, he's my producer. He has worked with them all. I should ask Terry about it. I don't think it's Ed Gamble. I mean, we could mention lots of people until we get there. I don't know who it is. It's sort of weird to not reveal who it is, but then the show's good because it's all the lines are blurred between good and evil, and between who's culpable and who's to blame, and who's bad and who's good. Everyone's sort of bad without victim blaming. It's sort of interesting, that journey that the character takes with that awful man. Whoever he may be based on, and I think Richard Gadd's saying, is he any different than the person who stalked him? And he is a little bit, but It's a very interesting show. If you haven't seen it, do watch it. I watched it in a pub in the middle of the countryside, and then realised, people might see what was going on the screen. But it is weird that someone's just made this point. Basically, in the show, Richard Gadd's character goes back to work with the guy who's assaulted him. But I'm working with you, aren't I? And you assaulted me. Well, it was, it's the old days, wasn't it? You said you'd help me get on in show business, yeah. It was the old days. It was the old days, and I just touched your cock a little bit, Rich. I just did an Ollie Alexander. Ollie Alexander does it, and everyone thinks he's amazing. I do it to you. Well, it's not exactly the same. He does it on TV in front of loads of people. Everyone thinks he's the greatest man ever. I do it to you in the privacy of. Let's not talk about it. It's gone. It's too big a subject for this show, but it's worth watching, Baby Reindeer. And someone did say in the comments just now, it is. We should have a Baby Reindeer character on here. Really, that would have been a good. But I don't have a reindeer, let alone a baby one. You enjoying the show? I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. I thought it was going to be really bad, and it's only a little bit bad. Let's move on to happier news. Supergran's died. Gudrun Midgeur's mum has died, aged 98. She was a candle in the wind. She was a nook candle in the nook wind. It's like, it's sad, of course, that Supergran has died. Gudrun but also amazing she was alive. I mean, she was playing Supergran like 40 or 50 years ago, and she's 98 years old. She's basically, I'm now about the age she was when she started playing Supergran. I think you'd be good, Richard. What, a Supergran? Well, I didn't want to say, but if anyone was thinking of bringing it back, I'm Supergran, and what you further. Can't remember much about the show, can you? I didn't know that I watched it, Richard. Billy Connolly sang the theme tune. How did it go? Richard Dickens at the grin. She's got a tablet in her hand. That's a Scottish kind of tablet, not an iPad. Oh, she's jumping up and down with a wee little haggis. Is this the... Oh, yes, I'd like to smoke a faggis. Supergran, you can keep your suit and then sticking in the frying pan with the porridge and the neats and the daddies. Supergran, I saw her coming in my hand. I'm not surprised. Were you touching her as well? And awful. Well, look, I'm very sad to see that Gudrun has died. Are you going to do the joke with that, having a good run? I'm not. Someone else said that to me on Twitter, and it's much more there, kind of thing. Miss Claypole, unfortunately, Timothy Claypole died very soon during the making of Rent a Ghost. Very funny man. I believe he may have died of HIV. I might be wrong about that. I'm not Wikipedia. You're breaking down. I'm slightly breaking down. Is the computer, is the robot going wrong? Yeah, we've done all right. Look, we've done. How much have we done? Oh, 34 minutes. I loved Timothy Claypole. He was one of my absolute favourite characters, and I loved the first series of Rent a Ghost. I've said not that we should be talking about Supergran, but I was a bit old to watch Supergran. Didn't stop me watching Press Gang. Supergran, Press Gang. Ghostbusters. It's not called Ghostbusters. I'm thinking of the 1960s American program. What was it called? Rent a Ghost and can't think of one that rhymes with Rent a Ghost. Screen Test doesn't rhyme. I'll leave the singing to you. We're flagging, Richard. We're flagging. This is just becoming a load of words being said in any random order. It doesn't really mean anything. All right, let's do another one. This is one. Sorry, this is suggested by. Let me find out He was fucking banging on about it on Twitter. It's very nice of you. So I'll name check you because you did it twice. And I don't think there's much that I can tell you about it. But you might enjoy the story. Gary Percival, how could I forget? I assume he's a mod. His GIF is a mod. Target thing. Catholic priest stuns worshippers by telling them Christ had an erection when he died on the cross in shocking Easter sermon. I think it does. It does everything. I mean, we're trying to make this a bit more classy, this show. Yeah. Have an erection. There is a green hill far away outside a city wall, when thy dear Lord was crucified, and then he slunk up his walls. Come on. It cannot say, we cannot tell how the guiltiness was, that we all know it was erect, and it came all over God. It came all over God. We know he had a second coming. Don't stop it. I think the Catholic... I'm not really defending Catholic priests. It's not a good idea in general. Although, you know what they're up to. They're allowed to do all that, aren't they? And no one gets too upset. And then they worry about other members of society. Anyway, I think he's just trying to relay an historical fact. I don't know if an Easter sermon in front of families was the place to make this point. I think it could have gone unsaid. I also think Jesus was magic enough to not get an erection. He could have said, right, I'm not going to get an erection. It would be inappropriate to have that right at the end of the New Testament. It's interesting, someone's saying, I was about to say that Jesus is imagining the Ollie Alexander performance, but maybe, Christians should look for the plank in their own eyes before looking for looking at Eurovision. If Jesus had a big wang on the cross, I would say not appropriate, not the time. Also, kids might be watching, they might be watching those crucifixions. They don't want to see an erection. They want to see men slowly bleed to death and die in agony. Which, another similarity with Eurovision. Let's motor through. We're doing well. You happy with this? I'm very happy with it. I'm happy, that basically no one will see this. This story caught my eye. A 90s movie heartthrob looks completely unrecognisable after showcasing a brand new look. I mean, anyone would look unrecognisable if they put a hat and glasses on, is my point. And when he lifts up the hat and glasses, you can clearly see it's Billy Zane from Titanic. So, I don't think that's much of a story. Also, it's 30 years on. And, he's got a little bit older, but he clearly looks like Billy Zane. So, shame on you, journalism. And I just thought I'd give a shout out to the Sycamore Gap tree. Mainly because, the guys who cut it down, whoever it was, we don't know. The guys that might not be guilty. £620,000. They shouldn't have cut it down, should they? They should have dug it up and taken it home. They could have lived off that forever. Imagine just cutting something down. It's £620,000 that tree was worth. And the wall got knocked down a bit. That's only £11,000. The tree was worth more than Hadrian's Wall. So, what is the most valuable? It's good to see capitalism valuing a living thing, a living tree over money and gold. And the Sycamore Gap tree was worth a lot of money. Hopefully we can regrow it. You're made of wood, is it? Yeah, I've got wood like Jesus. Don't say that. It's always sad to see a tree cut down that when you're made of wood, you sort of think, well, wouldn't be here if they weren't. Yeah, but they don't have to cut down a famous one, do they? They don't have to cut down the famous trees. If I was a tree, I would say get as famous as you can to avoid being cut down. That's my advice to any trees watching. Well, if there are any trees watching, that is Ali's advice. Well, look, this was just a little chance to dip our toe back in the water. Yeah, and as I said, I'm a bit tired from touring. Come and see me on tour. I mean, there's only 85 people watching. I bet they're all coming if they can. But there's some people on YouTube maybe as well. richardherring.com/ballback/tour or richardherring.com/gigs. You can see where I'm coming. I'm going to Pocklington on Saturday, which is where I was born, where I spent the first 4 years of my incredible existence. And I'll be spending a whole day there doing 2 shows. There's an afternoon show which has quite a few tickets left, and an evening show which has a couple of tickets left. So would love to see you there, Yorkshire folk. And there's a few more coming up north the week after. And then loads in June. richtrain.com/ballback/tour to find out. Do go to that eBay. Should we check the eBay? Let's check eBay, Rich, see if the 89 people have gone crazy. You know, you can afford to put in a bid because, you know, almost certainly at this stage someone will come in and overshoot you. Yeah, Jesus will overshoot you, and he will. No, that's not there. Hold on, I'm just trying to find the page. Oh, I'm so tired. This was a mistake, Richard. This is the third mistake that could end your career. I don't think it'll end my career. I think one of the other 98 episodes of this would have done it if it was going to happen. Let's see if I can find it. So this is dedicated to Supergran, this episode. Good run, Ewer. No change at all. Not a single person has put any money into the thing. And they don't even have to pay anything because it'll... they make me sick. There was a green hill far away with a little bit of white on it. What are you talking about? Because Jesus had spunked up on it. He came to save us all. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back very soon. Well, maybe not. We've got to get to 100. 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 So, but thanks for watching. And I'll go and check my kids are asleep. And then I'm going to go to sleep. I love you all. See you around. From me and all the me's. Goodbye. See you later then. Thanks for watching.